Okay, Gemini, welcome into your weekly reading. This is going to be a reading looking at what's coming up for you for the week of March 7th. So from the 7th to the 13th. The theme for this week's reading is believe in your own magic. So I'm using an oracle deck that's telling you to believe in your own magic, Amanda Lovelace. And so I'm going to go ahead and select an oracle card from that deck. I'm going to then clarify that card with some tarot, and then if you're interested, there will be an extended reading available where I will clarify the tarot and then get additional advice, oracle advice for you this week from your animal spirit guides. So if you like this video, please indicate so by giving me that thumbs up. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share, and please do subscribe if you haven't done so at this time. That way you can receive notifications and updates. Alrighty, so for the extended, that information will be in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started. Believing in your own magic. This is something that we all need to remember, right? That we are magical beings. We are souls having a human experience. So what is the magic that Gemini needs to believe Spirit in for the week of March 7th? What is their magic for March 7th, for the week of March 7th, for Gemini Spirit, believing in their own magic? Well, Gemini, we've got a tower coming in for you. This in this deck, this is represented here by the 3-card tower, and the message: unplug and relax for a spell. So this is really an interesting representation of the tower here. It is very much about going upside down, but you know, sometimes towers come in and they offer us an opportunity to rethink. This feels like the kind of tower to me that, you know, there's 2 kinds of towers. There's a tower in the tarot that shows up, and that is like all your life gone, right? Not all your life gone, but like your attachments. Ego death in many ways, or that helps to bring about the ego death in the clearing away what is no longer serving you, that you yourself can't seem to let go of, right? Like those, like, I need to have this toxic job because I can't believe I could earn money any other way except in this toxic job, something like that. And those are those tower moments. Then there are those tower moments that just come in like a shock. Like just shock you, like, whoa, like unexpected, like change that you can't really react to. And it's not that kind of change also doesn't have an impact. They're both towers, so they're designed spiritually. The tower is designed spiritually in the deck as a clearing out or making space for something new. That's stagnant, breaking up something stagnant. A lot of times something we care a lot about, we're holding on to. And the thing we're caring about is getting in the way of love, right? Of our relationship, our alignment with love, true love, unconditional love, divine love. And that is because we now have put our love into an object, right? This fetishizing, you know, oh, I need this thing, and I'm nothing without my career. I'm nothing without a partner. I'm, you know, blah, all this, I'm nothing. This is nonsense. We are born into this world with nothing, and we are perfect. Babies are perfect. And we die from this world, and we go with nothing except our experiences. The same, of course, that we're born in with a set of experiences. So the tower really is helping you sharpen in and focus on your truth. And there's something in the way for you, Gemini, that is keeping you from necessarily seeing that. When that tower comes in some ways, it's kind of like when we have a hurricane. Like, I live in Florida, so we have these hurricanes. I've lived in places that have had a few of these kind of natural disasters, snowstorms. I grew up in Colorado. And you have these snow days and you get so excited. Hurricane doesn't have the same kind of feel of a snow day. Snow day is kind of fun because you know it's going to be over soon. Except when I lived in Connecticut and I had to drive in the snow. That was icy snow. It's a totally different thing. But anyways, I'm going on a tangent. The point is, all right, the snow day, the hurricane, the storm, it forces you to shut down. Like you can't continue on in the way that you were. And that's what this card feels to me like, right? Okay, the tower's here. We could stress out over the tower, or we could take advantage, right? What is this tower bringing us? It's giving us a chance to unplug and relax for a spell. So when you have like a hurricane or snowstorm, you may have a power outage, right? It's just this metaphor for like powering down, because it's out of your control. Like the towers come in and it's out of control. So there's something for you this week, Gemini, that is like gonna give you some space. That's the positive. That's the magic, right? Is to learn how to unplug and relax. I'm gonna go ahead and read the card for you. Let's see, a 3 card here. Oh, let me hold it so you can read the text on the bottom. It's time you took a step back and spent some quality time with your one true best friend, yourself. Try some yoga videos. Try some guided meditation. Read a book from a genre you might not usually read. Take a morning stroll around your neighborhood and discover places you've never been before. When we take the time needed to recharge, we're paying the greatest respect to ourselves. Okay. So this is how to believe in your own magic. The message for this week, Gemini. You need to take out some time for yourself and relax. Whether that means you're actually getting, I mean, we're going to pull some tarot here, some cards here, but whether that means you're actually getting a tarot to do this, this could also be a metaphor for a tower. Like, did I say tarot? I meant to say tower. Whether you're getting a tower. Do we have to wait for the snowstorm, the natural disaster, the pandemic before we finally like unplug and go, oh, who are these people I'm living with? Oh, what's going on in my life? I never take an opportunity, to look around my life and see what's going on. And really to spend time on myself, right? So, this deck is all yin energy, right? It's all dealing with feminine energy in this deck. And the yin is that internal energy of self-care, of reaching into our emotions, of our feelings, of our subconscious. And a lot of times our yin is just neglected, right? Our yin just gets neglected. We don't see it. We don't pay attention to it till a tower comes in. And a tower can come in sometimes with our yin energy because we're ignoring our feelings. We're ignoring, what's going on in our hearts. And so that can generate a kind of tower because, what tends to happen is our shadow selves. Sorry, I'm trying to get also this camera to focus a little bit. There you go. Our shadow selves tend to move in, right? They'll just move in. They'll start acting up. We'll start self-sabotaging, missing appointments, not showing up to things, commitments that we have. And what that all is really your internal self, your subconscious, your yin, your internal yin, calling out and saying, hey, I need to be acknowledged here. And so we could do this in relationships too, if we're, in a relationship and we're being overly giving, begin this passive aggressive, self-sabotaging kind of behavior. And what we're trying to do is force a change. That's what the tower does. It forces a change. Or, I wonder to what degree we can have that change without the forced change, without the tower. Spirit is saying this week it's time to unplug, focus on yourself. I don't know if you've been working hard, Gemini, what's been going on, but it is definitely time to just kind of make it about you. And we are often the last person on our to-do list, right? And that's generally because, we're really good, particularly if we're in our yin energy, about being empathic, taking care of others, doing more, pouring out, but not necessarily spending as much time to recharge and put back in. And so Spirit's saying that needs to happen this week. For Gemini, in order for you to believe in your own magic, right? So making sure we're restoring ourselves. I'm using the Mother Peace Round Tarot deck. I really like this deck. It is a deck produced by Vicky Noble. So if you haven't seen this deck before, it's really great. All right, let's go see what Spirit has to say, Gemini, for to clarify here on your Tower. What message does Spirit have? I'm going to do a 4-card spread. All right, so the first card is going to be what you think is going on for you this week. So it's really where your energies are for this week of March 7th. 5 of Wands. All right, we're getting the 5 of Wands here. You can see the bright red color, lots of passion, Wands being very much passion, fire energy. In this deck, 5 of Wands is like chaos. I mean, we've got the Tower. It's not a surprise that we've got the 5 of Wands. There's some kind of upheaval going on for you. And this is what you think is happening, that there's some type of change. But in this deck, the people on the card are, it's all women sort of kind of in community, being competitive, being very spirited. There's a volcano erupting. It doesn't feel like a war. It does feel like a competition, right? This much more of a competitive kind of energy. But in a sense of testing one's fortitude, right? Like, I'm just going to come in here and kind of take out some stuff. So definitely having a 5 of Wands moment for you this week, Gemini. The next card here is talking about what is in fact going on in the situation. So this is kind of what you think is going on. And the next card kind of tells how much we're in alignment with what you're thinking versus what is going on. Ace of Wands. And so this is and more fire energy going on for you, Gemini, this week. Coming out of your shell, breaking out, bringing new life, a kind of rebirth. And so in this Tower moment, we can see this explosive energy going on for you. So yeah, definitely it's looking like, Gemini, this is there is a Tower moment for you this week. It's going to clear some space. Spirit's saying use that space to unplug, relax, chill out, right? Like, this is time for you to focus on you. Yes, there's been some upheaval, some things that you weren't expecting, but what's really going on is you're being reborn from this, right? This is very much kind of like a phoenix rising, except there is a phoenix rising card in this deck. Here, what's going on with the Ace of Wands, it's new life. It's like you're being born again. So being broken down to be reborn. New life, new birth, emerging, right? Coming out of your shell. I mean, this is literally... you see the shell coming open. It's like a baby emerging from their shell. You're coming out, but this isn't an infant, right? Like, you've got the knowledge of what you've been through, and then you're ready to like use that energy, that youthful energy, that new fresh energy that comes from, having done this battle, having fought off, right, all of this sort of competition that's around you. So it may be a clearing, right? We'll look deeper in the extended at what's behind these energies, but there may have been a clearing of, needing to kind of clear out some people that might have been very competitive with you. I'm sorry, I'm getting the sense of competition, a lot of fire, a lot of heat, you know, not in words as much as actions, right? Competitive actions. So I'm not sure what that is exactly around, if that deals with work or relationship. You know, with all of these women, there could have been, if this is dealing with a relationship, there could be other women involved. This could be in your family. There could be lots of women involved, or even in the workplace, right? Feeling a lot of yin energy, a lot of competitive femaleness, but coming out, emerging from this, regardless whether you're in the yin or yang, divine masculine, divine feminine, here, emerging from this situation, maybe having to negotiate with multiple women. I'm not sure. This is a card of what Spirit is trying to bring in. Four of Cups. And here, you know, you see this person is alone on the beach, near a river, and really naked, you know, broken down to your basic bits and pieces, and trying to figure out where are they going, like what is happening now. You know, dipping their toe in the river. So Spirit is really looking. Fours are about creating stability. So after this Tower moment, you know, you've really got this Ace of Wands, this Five of Wands, looking for some kind of stability, right? Something new has been created with the Ace. But what Spirit is really trying to get you to do is figure out, what is it that you value? Who are you when you're naked and alone, right? I mean, it's you know, literally when we strip ourselves down, and that's what the Tower does, right? The Tower clears out. I talked about making space in your home, making space in your lives, making space in your body. Who are you when all is stripped down to the core and to the bone? Who are you? And that's what Spirit is wanting to get you to do, that time of reflection, to spend some time, right? This is it. That's what you're doing after the Tower. You're taking that time to unplug, relax, reflect. That's what you're doing this week. That's how you're going to believe in your own magic again. It's because you're going to come back. You're going to restore yourself back to who you are. Not all of these attachment things, whatever competitive nonsense you were involved in. I mean, it looks like this was pretty... a pretty heated kind of scenario and situation. Lots of players in this game. We've got our camera's not adjusting. There we go. Volcano. I don't know if you can see the volcano erupting in the background. Yeah. It's just being in this circle and needing to break out of this circle, right? Being surrounded by these rocks, like maybe not finding a way through, being surrounded by a bunch of people who are competitive. On the bottom of the deck is the last card, which is going to show you what is not clear to you, Gemini, this week. What is not really kind of, you're not very well aware of, that's coming in. Well, this is very interesting. So we have the Knight of Cups. In this deck called the Son of Cups. And, you know, kind of looking at this is really finding peace, right? After all of this upheaval, is really kind of peace and contentment. You see this man is just blowing on his flute, sitting on the water with the shape of an egg. Again, this, you know, sort of egg, breaking out of your egg. The Towers do feel like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And what's going on is you are being reborn, right? So that you can emerge much more peaceful, like new life coming out of you. And we see a shift in energies, right? So a shift from, this figure is very much in the Four of Cups, figuring out who you are, is a little more unique, maybe the yin female, but thinking about, right, so this baby, again, we don't exactly know, but not seeing a distinctly yin, so making me think a little bit, right, we've got yang energy with the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Cups, so being able to bring forth this energy, right, this yin energy into something expressive outside of yourself, and then finding harmony and peace in your life outside. So doing that internal work, taking a time out, because ultimately what you're doing is finding balance and peace within. All right, Gemini, that is your reading for this week, March 7th through the 13th. So believe in your own magic. Your magic tower is come for you. And it is so that you can make that space to be reborn. Right? It's time to be reborn, rebirth.